It's 07:30, Friday the 13th of July 2018. I've just taken off from Perranporth in Cornwall. I'm heading up to Prior's Farm Strip to the Paramotor Club event of the year, the Fly In. It's just east of Firs Farm, which is about 15 miles south of Fairford. I'm going to stop at Western Zoyland, which is about 2/3 of the way. I'm unsure of my endurance, so I need to land and check the fuel burn. This was a 2-hour 10-minute flight to Western Zoyland. I did some of my training here at Western Zoyland with Andy Buchan, so I'm familiar with the airfield. When I landed, I still had 35 litres. It's a Quantum 912 with a 47-litre tank. But this flight made me realise the tank's a bit bigger than that. I think it's nearer 55 litres. Got pushed off centre a little bit, but just held the line slightly left. That'll do. Lovely little site, Western Zoyland. £3 landing fee. And that includes a cup of tea. And there's always a friendly bunch to have a chat with. Certainly worth dropping in. Prior permission only. Departing Western Zoyland and arriving nearer the location. Another hour and 30 minutes from Western Zoyland. This is Saturday morning, about 8:10. This is one of 6 very special people I flew on this Saturday. This is Colin, RAF Colin. He's had some challenging illness in the last few years, which has left him unable to fly his paramotors. He has flown Flexwing in the past. I think got to about GST previously. He's quite familiar. I'm showing him some of the characteristics of the Quantum. Conditions were absolutely lovely. Unfortunately, I didn't have a helmet with a visor, so we had to adapt. Absolutely silky smooth, hands off and not moving. This is one of several of the white horses on a little circuit that I made for my passengers. My next passenger was Pete, who'd had a stroke a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, he hadn't flown since, so I was able to take Pete up, but he wasn't too keen. He felt paralysis down one side. He didn't feel secure in the seat, and we landed early. But this is still Colin and I landing. This is another Colin, a very good friend of mine. He was the support man on our Land's End to John O'Groats flight on paramotors back in 10 years ago now. Very keen paramotor pilot and instructor. Both a white horse and a crop circle. Quite prevalent, the crop circles in this area. This is one of my friend's daughters who was mad keen to have a fly, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. We've adapted the microphone and secured a bottle with cable ties, and it worked really well. This is a very special mum. She's a stepmother of another little girl that I'm going to fly in a minute. I think she probably enjoyed the flying more than anybody. She really had a good time. Our adaptive bottle working very well indeed, allowing for the quite clear comms. Little bit of rotor coming off the trees. It's a bit of crosswind from the right with some two woods on the right hand side of Prior's Strip that disappeared once you got into ground effect, of course. And here's Emma, very special little girl. This is sunset now, it's 21:20, bang on sunset. You see my strobe lights flashing. Take Emma's shoes off. She's got a degree of deformity to her hands and feet, and I was worried the shoes were going to come off and fly, so we had to take her shoes off. See Emma calling, shouting
and waving. Thank you so much, Richard.
What do you think about the delay?
Mr. Brickmaster, that was something special you've done.
I can tell
That's something special you've done.
You enjoyed that then, did you?
Do you think Monday could go up tomorrow? Do you think he's too big or?
I'm not sure for that.
Okay, yeah.
So what did you think of that?
Is it good?
Did you like it? Thumbs up.
Well done, Emma.
Nice one, Emma.
Well done.
That's good.
Very rewarding flight that was. This is Sunday about 1:20 in the afternoon, baking hot, hottest day this year I think. Very turbulent. Most of the pilots have gone home now and the campsite's looking quite empty. Final fly past. Pretty rough down here. Into a headwind all the way to Cornwall. I got up top to 6,500, 7,000 feet, but I was only making about 35 knots. So I had to get back down and dirty. Wasn't sure whether I could make this in one hit, so I was considering landing at Dunk as well or Bodmin. Arriving close to Perranporth, the Nuki routed me, held me at first at Roach and then routed me to the north coast, which was a little unwelcome because I was quite low on fuel by now. Then they transferred me to Tower on a different channel, which is something I've never had to do before. See Perranporth in the far distance on the coast, a big convergence cloud up through Cornwall. My arms are absolutely shattered, my forearms are really tired. 4 hours and 10 minutes of wrestling with the bar. It's starting to smooth down now, but I'm feeling the effects of a long flight. A welcome sight, Perranporth. Full bladder, aching legs, aching back. I've got a can of beer in my bag and I'm looking forward to opening that when I land. Unfortunately, I forgot to record the landing. 11 knots, 290 degrees I think it was. I landed on runway 27, which was good.